Next, the very important question is how copper is extracted from copper pyrite, or explain the extraction of copper from copper pyrite. It's a very important question. For this, in the extraction of copper from copper pyrite, the concentrated ore is heated in a reverberatory furnace. We have to take here reverberatory furnace. It also a smelting process. Smelting process, the concentrated ore plus gangue particle and a flux which is heated in the presence of reverberatory furnace. The various chemical reactions are takes place. Finally, we get a copper. That's why that only we are going to see now. The concentrated ore, that is called copper pyrite. Reverberatory furnace under excess of heat and oxygen, that is called roasting process. Now copper and iron is changes into copper sulfide and iron sulfide, FeS plus Cu2S altogether to form as a matte. Matte means nothing but it is a mixture of FeS plus Cu2S. Very important one more question. We should not change the Fe2S. It's a FeS plus Cu2S. So this matte will be formed. Now this we need only the copper. So this FeS can further be oxidized to form FeO. This FeO only combined with the silica, that is SiO2 gangue particle. Now it changes into a slag. For smelting process we need a flux, a gangue particle, a ore, everything. So here this concentrated ore oxidized to matte. In that matte, one of the FeS is oxidized to form FeO. Here FeO acting as a flux. So this flux plus silica is a gangue particle, that is rocky impurity, combined with the silica to form as FeSiO3. Now this slag can be removed. Now we are getting only Cu2S. The Cu2S, suppose a small amount of FeS is also present, means it get oxidized to form Cu2O. This Cu2O again combined with a small amount of copper sulfide. Again I am saying this Cu2S combined with the FeS to form a Cu2O. We leave that FeO. We no need worried about that. Cu2O now combined with a small amount of Cu2S. Now reduced to Cu, there is a liquid copper plus sulfur dioxide. This liquid copper now it allows to become a solid copper. Now metallic copper is solidified. This metallic copper is called as a blister copper. Here blister copper means it contains a 98% pure copper and 2% impurities. Once again I repeat this question. So it extraction of copper from copper pyrite is a smelting process. In smelting process the copper pyrite first oxidized to form matte. From that matte, FeS is alone changes into FeO with the help of oxidation, and this flux is combined with the gangue to form as FeSiO3. Now the Cu2S combined with the FeS, the excess of oxygen changes into copper oxide, that is metallic oxide. This metallic copper oxide combines with a limited amount of copper pyrite to form as a liquid copper. This liquid copper is allowed to solidify to make them into a metallic copper. This copper is not 100% pure copper. It contains some impurities. If the copper contains 98% copper plus 2% impurities, means we call it as a blister copper. In the conversion of metal oxide to metal, we saw clearly about smelting. So smelting is one of the process which converts the metal oxide to metal. Then various other process, what are they? Let us see one by one. Reduction by carbon, like smelting, it involves using carbon, using hydrogen, using metals. We can also convert the metal oxides to metal. So we are going to see one by one how carbon is acting as a reducing agent. Sometimes question may ask like that. Give an equation shows that carbon acting as a reducing agent, hydrogen acting as a reducing agent, or a metal acting as a reducing agent. In all these three, by carbon, by hydrogen, by metal, in all these three cases, all the oxide ores are converted into metal. So conversion of metal oxide to metal using carbon, example is given, zinc oxide plus carbon gives zinc plus carbon monoxide. This C which takes the O to form CO. Here Cr2O3, that is chromic oxide, with carbon. Here also carbon combined with oxygen to form CO, so leaving chromium alone. So this is easy process. Next, reduction by hydrogen. We know hydrogen is a good reducing agent. Addition of hydrogen, we call it as a reduction reaction. Here Ag2O, silver oxide combined with hydrogen. This hydrogen takes this oxygen, that is removal of oxygen. Hydrogen combined with oxygen to form water, leaving behind a silver, solid silver. Ag2O plus H2 gives Ag plus H2O. One more example, nickel oxide. NiO means nickel oxide plus COH2. Here CO is a carbon monoxide. H2 we know. So altogether we know water gas. We studied in 11th standard. Water gas is a mixture of CO and H2O. It is also a good reducing agent. It converts the nickel oxide to nickel. Next, reduction by metal. This method is also called as aluminothermic process. Aluminothermic process means what? One important 2-mark question. I will explain with the diagram. Take a fire clay crucible. That means a crucible means a vessel in which the reaction is taking place, which is made up of fire clay. Fire clay means sutta single. So fire clay crucible, in that we have to take a sand because a constant heat we have to supply. Then inside in this we have to take chromic oxide plus aluminium. Cr2O3 plus Al we have to take here. Then in the top of the crucible we are going to take barium peroxide BaO2 and a magnesium ribbon. Why this magnesium ribbon is added means to initiate the heat. That is a combination reaction which will easily burns. That is magnesium ribbon combines with oxygen to give magnesium oxide. So to carry out the reactions immediately we are adding magnesium ribbon. So in a large fire clay crucible we are taking chromic oxide plus aluminium, and here barium peroxide and magnesium ribbon. Now we have to heat the substance, heat the crucible. Reactions takes place inside. Cr2O3 and Al, when heating it forms Cr. Here aluminium is a powerful reducing agent. We first already saw that mentioned some of the reducing agents means carbon, carbon monoxide, metals, hydrogen. In that metals, aluminium is one of the example. So here aluminium is a good reducing agent. It reduces chromic oxide to chromium, and aluminium changes into aluminium oxide, plus enormous amount of heat will be released during this reaction. While we burning magnesium ribbon and barium peroxide, it readily catches fire, and this will be supplying the heat. And a large, and after the reactions also it leaves a large amount of heat. So this process is called aluminothermic process. Then last final one is auto reduction. Auto reduction means without any helping reducing agent, the ore itself, here HGS, that is mercuric sulfide, it itself changes into mercury plus sulfur dioxide. Here no reducing agent like hydrogen, like carbon, like aluminium. So HGS on simple roasting itself, that means roasting we know excess of oxygen, simple roasting itself it changes into mercury. So remaining we will see in the next video. Thank you.